Hello, you're on the Bible Forum. I'm Warren Sprouse. Do you know me? You know anything about me? You can find out, can't you? You can go online. I remember when the internet came along, at least in my life, and it was back probably in the late 1980s, 87, 8, something like that. I went on to search engine and I typed my name in to see what if I was online. I was there. By 1992, on the first page that popped up on that search engine, there were like 10 or 12 entries. I was all but 2 or 3. I did that several months ago. I did that. It's not like that anymore. But I was still in the top tier. And in the first 3 pages, I showed up about 10 or 15 times. You're not anonymous. And I mean, I'm on the internet now, but back in those days, I really wasn't. People that you don't know who you are. The newest technology to invade our lives doesn't come to us from our computer. It comes to us from our car. No. It's not the phone that you tap in through Bluetooth onto your radio. It's your license plate. There's something now called ALPR, Automatic License Plate Readers. You know about them. Some bridges you go through, some toll roads, you don't even know it. It'll give you a sign, say this is a toll road, and they take a picture of your license plate and they send you the bill, and you love it. But these readers are increasingly being placed on highway trusses. The goal is to prevent, deter, to solve crimes. The National License Plate Reader Network, you didn't know something like that existed, is administered by the DEA. That's the Drug Enforcement Administration. And going forward, it will be capturing the personal information of everyone driving through or into Fairview Heights to prevent or deter crime. Fairview Heights is in Illinois, I believe. Fairview Heights police officers, quote, can input data into the national system and retrieve data from it, along with establishing the processes for the sharing and use of such information, end of quote, their statement. That same agreement further specifies that the information obtained through this NLPRN can only be used for the investigation of drug trafficking offenses, money laundering, other crimes, amber alerts, silver alerts, and in the furtherance of the mission of a traffic stop. 5 years ago, people were outraged to learn that the DEA had created a 343 million license plate database. This past year, private ALPR companies have created a list of license plates that makes the DEA database look utterly laughable. Combine these with the ALPR companies who have created a list of more than 14 billion license plates. In time, the technology is going to be able to track everybody's movements across the country in your car. Illinois law enforcement and other agencies have also created a statewide vehicle surveillance sharing network. Chief of Police Chris Locke said, as this moves forward, quote, things are advanced to the point that the IDOT trunking system can be used to make connections under the state highway when the time comes to add more to the system. The DEA program, initiated in 2015, has been growing in this country ever since. The license plate readers are high-speed, computer-controlled camera systems typically mounted on street poles, street lights, highway overpasses, mobile trailers, or attached to police squad cars. They automatically capture all license plate numbers that come into view. Cops driving down the road, anybody he's following, anybody that's coming at him, they take your information. They know your number. It logs it in along with the location, the date, and the time. This is great if your kids are lost or stolen, or your car is. Not so good if you're trying to sneak out, or you're going someplace you ought not to be. The data includes photographs of the vehicle and sometimes the driver, and even passengers. And all that is uploaded to a central server. Do you really want law enforcement to know who's in your passenger seat? Do you want Big Brother to know when you go to the bank, the pharmacy, the grocery store, a house of worship? Looking beyond the headlines and seeing what everyone has been saying for years, ALPRs can and will be used to track everyone's movements. Currently, I know for a fact toll roads in the Northeast do this. They've been doing it for decades, to go across the bridge or to go onto the turnpike. I went up to New Jersey not too long ago. I don't like going up the interstate through Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. I go up the scenic tour along the ocean. And I found that instead of going through all these little towns in Virginia and Delaware, or Maryland, no, I guess Delaware, Maryland and Delaware, they put in a toll road. And they get a big sign. This is a toll road. We will take your picture and we'll send you a bill. And they did. I went up and I came back. It cost me $11. I got it in the mail about 3 or 4 weeks later. I paid it. Loved it. Great. They know where I am. They know what I'm doing. It's more reliable than people.